Hi, my name is John, and I'm an addict in recovery. And you know, uh, today I want to talk about changing, and you know how how hard that could be sometimes. To be able to change or to change your ways. To change. From not using to using. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people like, I mean, a lot of time we talk about how hard it is to do that, and um and sometimes when when we meet people, we turn around and tell them, like, in the meetings and stuff like that, we turn around and we tell them, look, you know just don't pick it up and you won't get high. And really it is that simple, but sometimes doing that shit is kind of difficult, like hard and shit, and I understand that it can be hard, because even after I got clean, like, trying to change different things, I had a hard time, doing stuff, and I remember one incident, you know that really, like really showed me how hard it was to change. Like, I had a refrigerator, and it, the refrigerator door, wouldn't close correctly, and it had like this little leak, this little hole in it, and it just didn't seem to close correctly. And so, like, I decided to try to fix it. So I turned around and took all the stuff, and, like, the handle was on the, I believe it was, on the left side, right? And I decided to change the handle that opens the door to the right side. So I changed that, and I'm talking about after, like, I want to say like 5 years of opening that sucker up on the left side. I changed it to the right side, and every time, like, that I went to go open up that door, I would grab the left side, thinking that it was on the left side when I had changed it to the right side. So I remember how long that it actually took me to start reaching to the right side of the refrigerator, because I mean, it took a while before it communicated to my brain that it was no longer on the left side, that it was on the right side now. And I saw how hard it was to change, how hard it was to actually do something different, and sometimes I had to, put these obstacles in the way in order for me to change, and then, there was another incident, like, like another situation where, like, for me, when I was eating, like, the way I was eating, and how I had, like, gained all this weight from eating, the way I was eating. And then I went and had a gastro bypass, and I decided to, to, have a gastro bypass, and I had the gastro, and they clipped my stomach and everything, and I could only eat 5 ounces of food and stuff, so I had to learn how to eat, smaller portions, and eat, you know, a lot less. And man, I'm telling you, like, like that was real hard too, like, because I put that obstacle in the way, that my stomach was smaller and couldn't eat more. It caused me it forced me to have to do it differently. And it saved my life. I ain't gonna lie to you, it saved my life. And I wouldn't have had it any other way. Yeah, as hard as it was to do that, but, like, I realized that changing is not as easy as everybody makes it out to be sometimes. Like, you just, oh, well, you could just stop doing it. No, it doesn't work that way, especially for me, so, like, you know, I know they have a quote, some sayings in here that say either you move on change, or change or move you, you know. Uh, you either ask for change in here, or you're gonna be asking for change out there, you know. And and I definitely don't want to be asking for change out there. I've done that. So, but yeah, change is definitely something that you have to do in order for you to like stay clean, and in order for you to learn how to live differently. You're gonna definitely have to change, because you're gonna have to practice. In order for you to practice some principles, you're gonna have to do some changes. And it's gonna take some work, and it's gonna take some time, and it's not gonna happen overnight, but it can and does happen. So like, you definitely will be able to change if you actually put the effort and the work to do it. And it's an uphill journey. Recovery is an uphill journey, and it doesn't happen without effort. So anyway, that's what I have to say about change. And if nobody told you they love you today, I love you, and my higher power loves you. And thanks for listening.